Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Glossy Philosophy. My name is Jansen Bidman and today you are tuned in for a what to wear with bright colors. But instead of going fashion, we are going beauty. So we are talking how to wear your makeup when you are wearing really bright saturated colors. This week I'm doing this look, which is an eye focused look, and next week I will be doing a lip forward look. So stay tuned for that and stay tuned for this tutorial. I've already washed my face and done my skincare, so let's get started with the tutorial. We are always going to start by neutralizing the face or color correcting the face as needed. So that usually means under eyes or any redness that's going on, any veins that are peeking through the skin. I always like to start with my corrector from Bobbi Brown in Bisque. I'm just going to take my ring finger and lightly tap underneath my eye. Bisque is a really nice peachy pink. So if you're not sure if you have blue under eyes or purple under eyes, something in the Bisque family is kind of a great place to start, especially Bisque itself. I feel like the color Bisque has that orange, that salmon, and also that pink, where sometimes in the lighter shades the bisques get very pink. And I mean, Bobbi Brown also has her peach shades, which are definitely more on the orange toned side as well. So bisque is just a great place to start if you are light to medium, or definitely in that medium skin tone. It's really good. And then if you are a little bit darker, if you need some help, I would definitely go to Counter because they're going to be able to help you. That's one of their key selling things is the corrector, and they will be able to color match you very nicely. So now I'm going to neutralize my lid. As we get older, veins and things start to pop through. So it's a good idea to either neutralize your lid with shadows or with some kind of an eyeshadow primer. This one is from NARS. It's in the shade Light, and it just does a phenomenal job of smoothing out the skin, getting it ready for powder shadows, liquid shadows, cream shadows, but also getting rid of any little veins that are starting to peek through. My skin has been neutralized, so now I can get started with the makeup, the fun part. I am going to be using some darker shades, so I don't really want to do my complexion just in case there is a little bit of fallout because we are going to be blending a little bit. So let's get started with the eyes. I'm going to start with the BK Beauty 201 brush, and I'm going to start with the shade Kid. So I'm going to saturate my brush and work from the outside in. I want to get this in my crease especially so that the darker shadows have something to grip onto, but I also want the extra bit of Kid to come down onto the lid. And just remember, anywhere where you start, where you place the product first, whether it's eyeshadow or foundation or concealer, that's where it's going to be the most impactful. So same thing on the other side. Kid has a little bit of pink in there, but it's not I would definitely not call it a pink. It is a brown, but it's kind of a putty brown. So just really lightly getting that on the lid and then blending that out. Making sure there are no harsh edges. Now we are going to go in right away with Wood Winked. So you can either do it with your finger or you can take it with a brush on the 203 BK Beauty. Wood Winked is a joy. It is just such a joy. It's almost, it goes on like a liquid shadow, but it is a powder. It's so good. and such a great bronze shade. It's not too gold. It seems to have like maybe a touch of pink in there as well. It's not too dark. It is just a phenomenal bronze shade. If you feel like you are looking for a bronze color for your eyes and you just don't know where to go, try Woodwinks, because I think it would look phenomenal on pretty much any skin tone. 217 into Swiss Chocolate. And we're just going to add a little bit of depth. Swiss Chocolate is really great for green and hazel eyes because of the red tones and the brown. And we're going to keep our eyes relaxed as much as possible. So I feel like when you wear color, a bright color, you can go two ways. You can go for kind of a minimal, impactful makeup with a brighter lip that complements the bright color that you're wearing, or you can go with kind of that smoky eye. That smokier eye. Same thing on the other side. Swiss Chocolate is potent, but it's not potent like carbon. So you definitely have some wiggle room, but you don't want to, you want to be purposeful with where you're placing it, because otherwise it's going to become all Swiss chocolate. Yikes. All right, I'm going to go in, I need a clean brush, so I'm going to grab my Sonia Kashuk tapered crease brush, and I'm just going to make sure everything's nice and soft. That everything just kind of blends one into the other. You can always use your fingers too. And the power of a clean brush is incredible. So make sure that you have enough makeup brushes that you can have one that's clean. You can absolutely just kind of wipe it down on the towel, but there is something really special about an absolutely clean brush that hasn't touched your face yet. I do have rice paper which I'll be using, but I'm going to wait until I get more of my makeup on to do that. So I brought down my Stila black liner and my chocolate brown. I think I'm just going to go with chocolate brown today because I do have quite a few things going on this morning. And as I've spoken before, I think if you are doing, like, I don't want to say public events because it makes drop-offs and, you know, like seeing people in the morning feel very formal. But if you are like going out and being present in the world in the morning and you're not wearing black, I would go for a really dark brown or a different color besides black. I think it's just a little bit softer, and I think it's just a little bit nicer. It's still going to give you that full lash line, but it's not going to be as harsh. So just going in with my chocolate shimmer from Bobbi Brown on my Sigma angled brush. These are brushes that I've had for a very long time. I was recently looking at replacing a few of them, so we'll see. I get very attached to my brushes, and I take very good care of them as well, so they really do last. If you take care of your tools, they last forever. And taking that right into the inner corner, and then sometimes I like to just take my pinky and soften that. You can do that with a brush, or you can do it with your finger and just kind of soften it so it feels like it's a little bit more part of the makeup look, especially when you're going with a medium or a darker eye. I think it's really nice to just have that subtle liner instead of, like, you have this darker impactful eye and then you also have a dark impactful liner. It feels a little heavy. It can feel a little heavy, especially for daytime. checking my symmetry and making sure that everything is looking good. Just kind of softening wherever we need to soften. That's the beauty of gel too, is that you have a little bit more time to play if you need to. If you feel like you have oily lids and the gel goes away, just try putting a little bit of powder on top and it works the trick. So we are ready to move on to mascara. I'm going to amp up my lashes with some 3D Maximizer by Dior. Whenever you're doing a darker eye, I think it's really good to amp up your lash line. Especially if you're not doing lashes. If you're doing lashes, you can just put on mascara and then put your lashes on. But if you're not doing lashes, then this is a great way to go. Now we're going in with Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. I have a few more of these, and then I think I'm ready to try something new. If anyone is loving their mascara, please let me know, because I've been looking for a different one for a while and I haven't been able to find anything that I really, really love. I always come back to Bobbi, but it's fun to shake things up every once in a while. I'm going to wait to do a little bit of tight lining just to give my eyes a chance to calm down a little bit. So now we're going to move on to complexion. I don't have any fallout, but if I do, I'm just going to tap that off. So nothing awesome. MAC does such a great job with the no fallout. I know I've said that before. A lot of the newer companies, the shadows are so soft and beautiful, but there's so much fallout that can happen that you have to add in an extra step. And just using my Duo Fiber to just really, really gently blend that out, almost using it like a flat foundation brush. Lately I've been having a lot of discoloration right here, so just making sure that that is being tapped in a little bit more than blended out. You want to tap in where you want more coverage and blend out where you need less. So I always have a little bit of discoloration through the center of my face, which is why I start in the center. Definitely on my chin and on my nose. But if you think about it, those are the high points of your face, so they're getting the sun first. And even though I do wear sunscreen and reapply on a regular basis, it still gets a little red. And, you know, depending on how healthy I'm eating, it can also change how my skin looks too, and how much caffeine I'm consuming as well. And then always putting the least amount on my forehead and then just kind of tapping through the rest of this. Grabbing the excess on the back of my hand and bringing it down the neck, just so that everything is nice and cohesive, maybe tapping the ears as well. Alright, we are ready for some powder, so pale yellow powder. I'm just going to go in with my big guy. I think this is kind of my favorite way to put on powder. And then I just use different parts of the brush to act like a couple different brushes. And I'm really just powdering through the center of the face, wherever I have shine that kind of peeks through. I'm going to go in with some highlight from the lovely Lisa Eldridge. Going back in with my Duo Fiber, just kind of tapping that first and then blending out any edges. this product you can really kind of manipulate a little bit. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and we're going to go on to brows using Anastasia, the brow definer. So it's the bigger one. The brow wiz is quite small. This one is bigger because I just want to get in and I want to get out. My brows are pretty good. So it's really just the ends and then just adding in a little bit in the beginning. Kind of just coloring in that skin underneath for me. I'm really lucky. My mom stopped me when I was younger from plucking too much. And so I have a good base to start with. And then just taking a step back and making sure I filled in as much as I need to. Combing through just to distribute any of that product throughout the skin. Now I feel like we can do those finishing touches. Charlotte Tilbury is so small. Now we're going to do some tight lining, so I'm gently going to lift my lid. Tight line that upper waterline. We are almost done. I'm just going to add a little bit of bronze, a little bit of blush. I'm going to stick with a really subtle blush, Sweet Enough from MAC, on my bronzer brush so I don't have to switch brushes. Because we're going to go in, actually I'm probably just going to do a glass. I wasn't sure. I brought down Kitten Mischief, but I think, especially in the summer, you just want ease. So we're just going to do a glass. And just doing that bronze contour, so sweeping underneath the cheekbone and then sweeping onto the cheek. And then of course bring it down the neck and a little bit underneath, but not too much so that we get a shadow. Okay, we have all the things we need, so then it's just a matter of if we want to go a little bit more peachy with Go Lightly, or a little bit more brown with Songbird, and I think I'm going to go with Songbird because I don't want to compete with the eyes. I'm also going to have breakfast very soon, so Songbird is a great one for right before you eat. Okay, zhuzhing the hair, taking a step back, everything looks good, and that is the look. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial on what to wear makeup-wise with colors. So in the summer, our wardrobes explode with these bright, saturated colors, and sometimes when you're getting ready in the morning, you're thinking, wait, what should I wear as a makeup look? So this week is an eye look. Next week is going to be a lip look with minimal eye makeup. So definitely stay tuned for that. I do fashion videos every Wednesday, beauty videos every Friday, and on Mondays tackling specific situations to make your life a little bit easier and a little bit more glossy. So hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!